Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to replace the high pressure diesel pump from this Mercedes from W210 generation with a T30. Let's remove these two covers. Now the fuel delivery on this car is the most complex thing on this engine you can find. So in short, here we've got the fuel rail, which is pressurized all the time while the engine is running. We've got the injectors down here. You've got the glow plugs on these sides, and down here we've got the main high pressure fuel pump. Up here is the low pressure fuel pump, and back here you're gonna find the fuel shutoff valve, which will basically do not allow the fuel to come back from the high pressure fuel pump when you turn the engine off. And obviously it will allow the fuel to pass from the low pressure fuel pump through the shutoff valve and then inside the main high pressure fuel pump, which will deliver the high pressure fuel through this line down here, which will connect to the fuel rail up here. So the fuel will come from the fuel filter through this line, and it will travel inside the low pressure fuel pump through this line. It will get a little bit pressurized, and then it will go out through this line, which comes down here and go inside the shutoff valve, and then the shutoff valve send the fuel further to the main high pressure fuel pump. And you've got as well the return line, which goes around here and connects to the fuel rail on this side, where the return line goes back inside the fuel filter and then further to the fuel tank. So as I said, today we're going to focus on the fuel pump only. But first I'm going to take out this fan because it's easy to remove and it will allow me more working space in here. You've got basically two clips on this side and the connector, and that's it. And here it comes. I will also disconnect this small coolant hose because it is in the way. Down here you've got the vacuum pump and the line which goes to the brake booster, so it's a good idea to remove this out of the way as well. You will have to actually remove it out of the way. Here you usually have two tabs which you press them inwards and then the line should come out. Just like that. Something to mention even before thinking about doing this job: if you have a 38 pin connector for the scan tool, you're going to be able to read the pressure inside the fuel rail and therefore use this information in your favor to see if the high pressure fuel pump is bad. So if, for example, this output line from the low pressure fuel pump is leaking, then the high pressure fuel pump is not getting enough fuel, and when you accelerate, when you use a lot of fuel from the fuel rail, the pump cannot keep up the pressure because it's not getting enough fuel in there to be pressurized. So you might think that the high pressure fuel pump is bad, but in reality is the low pressure fuel pump. Also, you cannot forget about the shutoff valve. So before doing that, it's important to know how this thing works. Otherwise you'll end up replacing parts which does not need to be replaced. So let's continue by removing this vacuum pump. To do that, you've got two bolts E10, one here and one on the bottom here, right where the finger is. And this bolt will also hold the bracket for this oil dipstick. So I'm going to use an 8mm socket. It does work well. Now let's pry it out. And by the way, you can see there is a lot of oil leak in my situation, and this rubber gasket is responsible. And you can actually see that it does not seal anything because it's very flat. It's actually much lower compared to the metal which is surrounded by, and this gasket has to be a little bit on top of the metal so it can seal properly, but this gasket is worn up, so you might consider replacing this gasket as well. And now if you want to replace the low pressure fuel pump, you gotta take out these clips first. And now the low pressure fuel pump is ready to come out. Just wiggle it a little bit. Next, with the E10, you've got this bracket which holds the return and the input line to the high pressure fuel pump. Just pry out the bracket. Let's also unplug the connector from here. Just like that. Let's disconnect the input line to the shutoff valve. You have to pry it out, just like that. So even though you don't plan replacing the pump, it's a good idea to open it up and inspect the gasket so in the future it will not leak. Now let's see how to remove the shutoff valve as well. Again, with the same E10 or 8mm. Let's remove the bolts. The shutoff valve comes out as well. Here is the part number if you need it. Next, with a 40mm wrench, you've got the line which delivers the fuel to the fuel rail. Now, depending on if the engine was running before, make sure that the fuel is not spraying in your face. And finally, you've got 3 more bolts which holds the main pump on. There is one in the bottom here. You can actually feel it with your finger, so direct your socket on the bolt. Now in my situation the pump will come out easy because there is a lot of oil leak around here, but if your pump doesn't come out, then this is the point where you can pry it out. Just put something like that, a screwdriver or something, and slowly pry out the pump. Make sure that you do that from all the sides, just a little bit, little by little, and the pump should come out. Okay, you can see it's already moving. Be prepared to hold it very well with both hands because it's quite heavy. Alright. There is the part number for the low pressure fuel pump if you need it. Now, as I said, it's a good idea to replace all the O-rings, and for that I've got this box which have all sorts of sides of O-rings. So it's all about taking them out and replacing them with the same size. You can use some sort of hook like this, a pick. So from this point, just install the new parts. Down here, make sure that you match the pump position here with the camshaft. It has to go in there just like that. Let's install first the upper bolts. There is the hole down there. Just like that. So you have to tighten it back in a crisscross pattern in order to evenly install it on and apply the pressure. Then just torque it down to 19 foot-pounds. Now let's put the valve on. Plug in first the line. And by the way, you can test the shutoff valve by using 2 alligator clips to the car battery. It's very easy. You've got just 2 pins, and when you apply 12 volts you should hear the click which will allow the fuel to pass through. It's basically a solenoid, but it's not for vacuum, it's for fuel. On this car it's quite easy. You've got here the positive side of the car battery, and the negative can be like the ABS pump or any metal, solid metal, which connects to the frame. And now we've got in order the low pressure fuel pump first. Reconnect everything back, the vacuum line. Alright, so now let's start the engine up and see how it sounds. I also had a look around the pump and there are no more fuel leaks and everything looks good. So yeah, that was pretty much it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to really help me out, click that subscribe button as well. It's free for you and it will motivate me to make more in-depth videos about the transmission and the engine, especially on Mercedes-Benz cars. So stay tuned and I will see you in the next video.